coming up from the Northeast Live Studios in Guwahati. Northeast Tonight with Wasbir Hussain.
Hello and welcome to Notice Tonight, the show that decodes the region. Assam is livid at the obnoxious and unsolicited remarks from AIUDF leader Badruddin Ajmal, Lok Sabha MP from Dhubri, on the marriage age of Hindu boys and girls. Vast section within the Muslim community are incensed over Ajmal's statement that Muslims marry immediately after adolescence and therefore Hindu youth should do likewise. This section of Muslims are angry because they feel Ajmal has no right to speak on their behalf. Now, there have been FIRs filed against Ajmal's hateful remarks both by the BJP and the Congress, and even within the AIUDF, the party Ajmal founded, leaders are saying their leader's remarks are unacceptable. Ajmal is supposed to have tendered an apology, but is that enough? That is the big question. Meanwhile, Assam Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma has lashed out at Ajmal and said he, unlike Ajmal, is not interested in votes but would like Muslims to educate their children well so that they can become doctors and engineers. The Chief Minister also hinted that Ajmal could face action over his remarks. Now, to discuss the development, I am joined by top Assam BJP leader and Cabinet Minister Mr. Piyush Hazarika. Joining me from New Delhi is Mr. Taslim Ahmed Rahmani, President of the Muslim Council of India. Senior Advocate Hafiz Rashid Ahmed Chaudhry is also on the show. Joining me as well is AIUDF spokesman Mr. Champak Kalita. Writer and well-known commentator Mayur Bora is also on the program. Gentlemen, welcome to Northeast Tonight. Before we begin the discussions, let us once again quickly listen to what Badruddin Ajmal had actually said. Yes, he has tendered an apology, but we are asking the question, is that enough? But let us first listen into what Mr. Ajmal had said.
इस साल में शादी कर लेते हैं, लड़कियां 18 साल सरकार ने इजाजत दी, उसके बाद शादी कर लेते हैं। वो लोग 40 साल से पहले 1, 2, 3 इलीगल बीवियां रखते हैं, वहां बच्चे होने नहीं देते हैं, उनका खर्चा वो बजाते हैं, मजा उड़ाते हैं। उसके बाद 40 साल के बाद माँ बाप ने मजबूर किया या कहीं फंस गए तो एक शादी कर ली। उसके बाद 40 साल के बाद बच्चा पैदा करने की सलाहियत कहाँ रहती है? तो कैसे उम्मीद रखते हैं कि वहां से इतने बच्चे बढ़ेंगे? तो जो लोग टाइम पे फर्टाइल जमीन के ऊपर आप जब मिट्टी डालोगे और दवा डालोगे तो वहां से तो धान ही धान उगेगा, खेती अच्छी होगी, लहान होगी, तरक्की होगी। तो उनको भी अपनाना चाहिए मुसलमानों के इस फॉर्मूले को कि अपने बच्चों को, जवानों को 20-22 साल में शादियां कराओ, लड़कियों को 18-20 साल की उम्र में शादियां कराओ, फिर देखो आपके यहाँ भी कितने बच्चे पैदा होते हैं। लेकिन 2 नंबर ही धंधा मत करो।
Well, you've heard, viewers and my esteemed panelists, this is indeed a sexist and misogynist remarks by AIUDF leader Badruddin Ajmal. He has denied, as I have already said, but Taslim Ahmed Rahmani ji, the President of the Muslim Council of India, joining me from New Delhi. Taslim Ahmed Rahmani Saab, what do you have to say? You have heard the absolutely unacceptable comments, unsolicited remarks suddenly out of the blue. What was the timing? Why do you think, what do you think, first of all? Does Ajmal has any right to speak on behalf of the Muslims and give advice to people from other communities? Okay, we'll go to Rahmani Saab slightly later in the program. I'm not getting a clear audio. Let me go to Mr. Piyush Hazarika. Mr. Piyush Hazarika, we have got reactions to these very unacceptable comments by Badruddin Ajmal. Now, what do you have to say? He has tendered an apology. My question to you, is an apology enough?
Wasbi, first of all, I am not getting the line properly. I am not hearing properly actually. Hello.
Yeah, but I can hear
But
you.
still, what I have learned, it is totally unacceptable. The amount of disrespect to Hindi community by Badruddin Ajmal totally unexpected. We have condemned it. We don't have language to actually condemn him. He
Yeah.
said Hindu people need to learn from Muslims. I don't know what kind of Muslim he talks about.
Now, my question is, Mr. Pijus Hazarika,
So,
Badruddin Ajmal
Yeah.
has apologized for these remarks. Now, my question to you is an apology enough? After making this kind of comments, you
I
apologize.
don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. See, if you say something very bad, after that you will apologize. That is not over. So a strong action should be taken against Badruddin Ajmal so that this kind of misbehave, this kind of disrespect to any community by anyone will be done, will never be done.
Now, is your government planning any action in accordance with the law? Are you planning any action against Badruddin Ajmal
we
in
are
accordance with law?
observing, we are watching, we are observing, but I am sure law will take its own course. Definitely, it will be done.
Okay, the Assam government,
But
according
again,
to
I
Mr.
want to
Pijus
say
Hazarika, is watching the situation and he says that the law will take its own course. I'll come back to you, Mr. Hazarika. Let me once again go to Mr. Taslim Ahmed Rahmani. Rahmani Saab, what are your first comments on what Mr. Ajmal had said?
You see, Wasveer Bhai, first of all, he has apologized for this statement. It indicates itself that the statement was wrong, uncalled for, untimely, unsolicited. Secondly, Mr. Badruddin Ajmal is in the habit of issuing such kind of controversial statement, which he has to apologize later. Earlier, also in the parliament, he said that all these Salafis are terrorists in the country. You may remember that. And then he apologized and it was rebunked on the parliamentary record. Secondly, as you said at the outset in your initial comments, that he is the founder of this AIUDF. My big brother, Hafiz Abdul Rashid Chaudhry Sahab, sitting over here with this panel, and he will correct me if I am wrong, that he is not the founder. There was a group of people who was founded, and Badruddin Ajmal was far behind. In fact, Hafiz Rashiduddin Chaudhry was projected as the incumbent president that those days when AIUDF was formed. And I was a witness to that. He's not a founder. Thirdly, he is not the spokesperson of the Indian Muslims. And it is incorrect to say that the Indian Muslims are marrying at the age of 20 or 18 or whatever. Fact is that it depends on their commercial viability, their professional viability,
Yes.
when they marry.
Yes.
It's not about
Yes.
age. It's the
Okay,
viability
that's
of their
right.
potential to live in this society.
Right.
So sometimes it is 40, sometimes it is 30. So he cannot say that Muslims do that and so Hindus should also do that.
Right.
And
That is an
lastly, I
important
say,
point. Yes,
we
Rahmani
are
Saab.
nobody to suggest the Hindu community.
I'm coming to you. That's an important point made by Taslim Rahmani Saab, the president of the Muslim Council of India. He said that Badruddin Ajmal is not the representative of the Muslims of India, and therefore he should not say that so-and-so should, Muslims marry at the age of 18 or 20 and so on. He says that he's not the representative of the Muslim of India. Hafiz Rashid Ahmed Chaudhry, senior advocate, he has been watching the minority politics in Assam for many decades now. Chaudhry Saab, your first comments, what do you think? First of all, Ajmal Saab has made that statement, Badruddin Ajmal has made that statement, and then he will apologize. And as Rahmani Saab said that you cannot make whatever you say and then you suddenly apologize and matter should end. That's not so simple.
The question is, actually, in fact, I'm not getting the Taslim Hamani Saab, but I'm handing it. That I'm hearing you. Your voice is very clear to me. Question is, as rightly Mr. Rahman is saying, that he cannot be said to be the leader of the community. Whatever he has stated, it is his person.
Whatever he has stated, it is his person.
Since he claims himself to be the leader of the minority Muslim community, so naturally it has hurt the sentiment of not only Hindus but Muslims also. We all condemn this. Already you have heard me up to time and again. For last 2-3 days I am condemning it, and I will disassociate from the statement which has been made. So,
From the statement which has made.
Right, very clear-cut statement from Hafiz Rashid Ahmed Chaudhary Sahab, who has also said that Badruddin Ajmal should not speak on behalf of all the Muslims because that is going to give out a wrong signal. That's what he is saying. I will take a comment from Champak Kalita, spokesman of the AIUDF, before coming once again to Mr. Piju Hazarika. But let me have the view from Mr. Moyur Bora. Mr. Moyur Bora, how do you see this whole thing which have been unfolding and hogging the limelight in the last 72 hours?
I have been watching this, Wasbir, with a growing sense of, disquiet and dismay and anguish. And I first of all deplore and decry and denounce the statement made by Mr. Badruddin Ajmal. First of all, you are very right when you said that it was outrageously sexist and outlandishly misogynist comment. But he is not only showing disrespect only to the women or only to the Hindus. I think if you take the example of the whole country, he is doing a great disservice to the country because India is going to take over China in terms of population very soon. Everyone who is a well-wisher of the country, they want the population of India to stabilize. In such a situation, when he advises a particular section of the people, mainly for his political interest to increase the population, ultimately he is doing a great disservice to the nation. Not to speak of the Hindus, because there are many people now, they will be saying that on what authority, on what basis you have got the right and authority to advise this. So it was out and out an outrageous, outlandish and atrocious statement that needs to be condemned by all the right-thinking citizens, irrespective of their political and other affiliation.
Absolutely.
I think my point is very, very clear.
Absolutely, very clear cut. Now, let me come, I am coming to you in 1 minute, Mr. Piju Hazarika. Champak Kalita ji, देखिए, I mean, like, अजमल साहब का जो बयान है, अजमल साहब का जो स्टेटमेंट था, एज मोयर बड़ा साहब ने बोला है कि दिस इज शोइंग डिसरिस्पेक्ट टू द पीपल इन द होल कंट्री, नॉट जस्ट टू वन कम्युनिटी. बट डोंट यू थिंक दैट ही हैज आल्सो प्रोजेक्टेड द मुस्लिम्स इन अ पुअर लाइट? Because he has shown that Muslims marry at the age of 18, Muslims marry at the age of 20 and therefore Muslims have so many children, and he is saying that Hindus marry at the age of 40 and therefore they don't have many children. So don't you think that ये Muslim जो समाज है उनका भी he has been projected in a very poor light? क्या कहेंगे?
देखिए, कयोम नुसात का एक शायर है, अदब के नाम पे महफिल में चर्बी बेचने वाले अभी वो लोग जिंदा है जो असली घी पहचान लेते हैं. ये उन्होंने माफ़ी मांग ली, दुख की इजहार उन्होंने कर दिया, उससे भी आगे जाके उन्होंने शर्मिंदगी की भी इजहार कर दिया. इसलिए मैं सोचता हूँ ये मसला यहाँ ख़त्म होना चाहिए. मैं मुझे आप कंप्लीट करने दीजिए. ये मसला ख़त्म होने दीजिए, क्योंकि अगर आप मुर्दा घसीटोगे वहां से बदबू ही निकलेगा.
आप सरमोनाइज मत कीजिए, डोंट ट्राई टू प्रीच. नाउ मेरा सवाल ये है कि आप जो भी मन चाहे आप बोल देंगे, देन आप अपॉलॉजी मांग लेंगे एंड यू वांट दैट एवरीथिंग शुड बी एंडेड. आपका कहना है कि ये खत्म कीजिए. हमने शुरू नहीं किया था चंपक जी, हमने शुरू नहीं किया था. आपका नेता जो है उन्होंने एक न्यूज चैनल को बुला करके ये बयान दिया था, हमने शुरू नहीं किया.
नहीं, अभी देखिए, मैं इसीलिए कहना चाह रहा हूं, मैं जो शुरुआत में वो असद करीम साहब का शायद इसलिए बोला क्योंकि अब देखिए, बुला के दिया नहीं बुला के दिया, ANI को दिया, ये टोटल वीडियो है उनका जो ये है वो 3 मिनट 46 सेकंड का, आपने जो दिखाया ये 53 या 54 सेकंड का होगा, जो भी हो पूरा दिखाने से उसका कॉन्टेस्ट और भी होगा, मेरे पास है, अगर आप चाहते हो चला भी सकते हो। तो देखिए मैंने कहा ना, उन्होंने माफ़ी मांग लिया, और उसके बाद मैं इसीलिए कह रहा हूँ कि आप मुर्दा घसीटोगे। अभी आपका यूपी का जो चीफ मिनिस्टर है योगी आदित्यनाथ, नहीं सुनिए ना, यही तो गलत बात है। अगर उन्होंने क्या बोला कि मुसलमान औरतों को कब्र से निकाल के दर्द 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 करना चाहिए, मैं वो सब नहीं बोल पा रहा हूं। मैं ये कहना चाह रहा हूं, देखिए नहीं, मैं सुनिए, मैं उन्होंने माफी मांग ली, और सबसे बड़ी चीज है, देखिए ये मेरा तीसरा प्रोग्राम है, आपका चैनल में दूसरा, और एक दिल्ली बेस्ड नेशनल प्रोग्राम में दूसरा। अभी आप अगर देखें तो उन्होंने कहीं हिंदू लफ्ज उन्होंने यूज नहीं किया। नहीं, जब से ये जो मैंने बोला ना कि चर्बी बेच रहे हैं जो टीआरपी के नाम पे, ये सारा न्यूज चैनल बोल रहा है हिंदू। नहीं, आप लोग अगर नहीं, आप लोग, मैंने आप लोग को देखा, आप लोग को देखा मैंने, और चैनल को कोई चीज अगर गलत बोल भी देते हैं तो उसको बीप किया जाता है, लेकिन जहां उन्हें बोला भी नहीं, आप लोगों ने वो चीज देख के सभी चीज बोल रहा है हिंदू को नहीं बोला उन्होंने, और उन्होंने हिंदू को नहीं बोला। आई एम नॉट ट्राइंग टू डेविएटिंग, मैं आपको दिखा रहा हूं कि आप लोग देखिए, मैं आपने योगी आदित्यनाथ के बारे में बोला तो आपने बोला कि छोड़ दीजिए। अभी मैं साक्षी महाराज के बारे में अगर बोलूं 40 पैदा करो तो आप बोलोगे कि वो छोड़ दीजिए। इसीलिए मैं कह रहा हूं मुर्दा मत घसीटे, मुर्दा घसीटोगे तो बदबू आएगी।
ठीक है, आपका बहुत कष्ट करके आपने डिफेंड करने का कोशिश किया, अच्छा कोशिश था। लेट मी गो टू मिस्टर पीयूष हजारिका। मिस्टर पीयूष हजारिका, you have seen the basic point made by the AIUDF spokesman is that he has tendered an apology and therefore the matter should end. Now the point is, yes, it is good that he has apologized, because apology is also important, because he has realized, as Taslim Ahmed Rahmani Saab has said, that tendering an apology means he has admitted that he has made a mistake. That is okay. But Champak Kalita ji is saying that since Badruddin Ajmal Saab has tendered an apology, matter should end.
See, was be the one very important thing has been raised by Mr. Mayur Bora, that India is going to cross the population of China. I don't think so. It is a very good news for us. Uncontrolled population is very, very bad for our country. We all know. And leader like, so-called leader like Ajmal's, this kind of bite or this kind of speech may influence people to give more birth. And that will be a very big problem for the country. But why they do say all this kind of thing? Very often, leader like Ajmal, leader like Falana used to say, we need to give more birth. We need more population, basically Muslim population. I don't know why they do say. Probably to ally their politics, they want. But they don't think about the Muslim people. They think about the Muslim politics. They think about the vote bank politics. But I don't think they think about the poor people, poor Muslim people.
Let us,
if a family.
Right. Ramani Saab, you wanted to make a comment. I'm coming to you, Mr. Chaudhary. Yes, Ramani Saab.
You see, we are against the BJP and RSS policies and their ideology. And if we are announcing it very openly, and Badruddin Ajmal Saab also have the same stand, and they are against BJP RSS ideology, we cannot afford to copy and paste the BJP wordings and their policies and ideology. We are opponent to them. It can never be advisable to behave like the BJP and RSS, whatever wrongs they are committing, if Badruddin Ajmal is also committing the same thing, then what is the difference between the two?
No,
We have our own stand, our own policies. We cannot do whatever the BJP doing. And
I don't
whatever
know what do you
Mr.
mean by we.
Hazarika is saying, as far as the
Ramani sir, what
population
do
is
you mean by
concerned,
we? What do
BJP is
you mean
not
by we?
BJP is not concerned with the population. They are not about the control of population.
No, what
They
do
are
you,
rather about the balancing of the population, as Mr. RSS Chief Mr. Mohan Bhagwat said on the Dashera day, that we are not concerned about the
no,
population.
we
We want
means,
the
I
population
don't
to
know what
grow.
you are referring to. I don't know what you are meaning by we. Let me get a response. Yes, Mr. Pijus Hazarika, you wanted to say something. Yes.
I think the gentleman has misquoted.
It's India,
I
Indians.
think this gentleman has misquoted Mohan Bhagavat ji, and he's saying, I don't know, meaninglessly he's referring BJP and RSS policy. We want a developed country. We want a prosperous country. We want a population control country. We never said to give more birth, more people we need, more Hindu population we need. We never said. What government of India
Yes,
has a
you said.
policy of two
You said
sides.
it.
So
Let
for
me,
that,
I can
and that only we
remind
refer.
you tens of the statement from your party leaders. You are the people who have rejected
This
the
is, see,
population control
people,
bill in Uttar Pradesh in
I don't know whom,
2021. You
no,
are the
I don't
people
know
who
whom,
could not come
I don't know what kind of
who
people
could
you are
not come
talking about.
with a central
I don't know
legislation
what kind of
inside the parliament.
leader you are
Rather,
talking
it was a
about.
private member bill
I don't know what kind of,
which has to
Let
be
me.
last
I
twice in the
don't know what
parliament.
kind of people you
And the
are talking.
RSS said that we are
I
not
don't know
concerned
what.
about the population, increasing population. You are concerned
Yes, we are
about the
concerned. We
disbalance
are
of the
concerned.
population.
Yes, we are
That is on record
concerned.
said by
We are
the RSS
concerned
chief.
because,
So you cannot say that
yes,
you are
we are
concerned with the
extremely concerned
national
about
issue.
the
You are
population.
concerned for the communal
We are
issues.
concerned
And that
about
Okay,
the
now,
we
population.
the Indians are against you.
We are concerned about the uncontrolled population of Muslim people. Definitely have said, we are
let us
And
listen.
you
concerned.
see, this
We are
Absolutely. Let
concerned
us
about the
listen to
population
what,
of
population.
India
no,
has a
our
lot
chief
We are
minister,
concerned
no,
about the
Ramani Saab,
uncontrolled growth
Ramani
of
Saab,
Muslim population.
Mr. Rahmani, Mr. Rahmani,
population.
Mr. Rahmani, you must listen. Mr. Rahmani, you must listen to what Assam Chief Minister, Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma has said. He said that he is not interested in votes, but he is interested in Muslim children to become doctors and engineers. Let us listen to that bite.
Yes.
Let us listen to what Chief Minister of Assam has said. Rasid Ahmed Chaudhry Saab, I am coming to you. Yes.
Statement.
No, let's give the Chief Minister's bite, not this bite.
যে
Let's
যিমান
give the
পাৰে
Chief
বাচ্চা
Minister's
জন্ম
bite.
দি থাকিব লাগে মই কৈছো বাচ্চা
I
ডাঙৰ কৰাৰ
appreciate,
খৰচ
but that
আজমলে
doesn't
দিব
mean
লাগিব
that if
যদি আজমলে বাচ্চা জন্ম দি থাকাৰ খৰচ নিদিয়ে তেতিয়ালে আজমলে আমাৰ আই মাতৃক বাচ্চা জন্ম দিয়াৰ কৰাৰ কোনো অধিকাৰ নাই যদি আজমলে খৰচা দিয়ে তেতিয়ালেতো মই খবৰকে কম 10টা 12টা বাচ্চা জন্ম দিয়ক লিডাৰ বিলাকে ভোটৰ ধান্দাত মানুহক বাচ্চা জন্ম দিব কয় মই কৈছো আপোনালোকৰ মোক ভোট নালাগে কিন্তু আপোনালোকে বাচ্চাক ডাক্তৰ ইঞ্জিনিয়াৰ কৰক টিচাৰ কৰক ভাল উদ্যোগপতি কৰক যাতে আমাৰ মুছলমান সমাজৰ মানুহখিনিও এই আজমলৰ দৰে মানুহৰ পৰা মুক্ত হ'ব পাৰে আৰু শিক্ষা সংস্কৃতিৰ পোহৰেৰে নতুন যুগলৈ যাব পাৰে
Okay, let's fish out that bite where he said that I don't need the votes. I want Muslim children to be educated. They should become doctors and engineers. That is the bite I'm looking for. I will play the bite in a short while from now. Hafiz Rasid Ahmed Chaudhry, Chaudhry Saab, the Chief Minister said, let us not play politics of vote. Muslim children should become doctors and engineers and not just clerics. Do you agree to this view that Muslim children should also have the right to become as much as possible doctors and engineers and not just study only to become clerics?
Like, one thing is clear, the question Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma has stated that Muslim needs to not be cleric only, but should become doctor, engineer, etc. Nobody has any doubt about this. The question is, Mr. our Honorable Chief Minister as well as Badruddin Ajmal, both are playing politics here. because whatever he said, his mindset also was politically motivated statement. And Mr. Hemanta Biswa Sarma, he has gone to that place where a religious institution was bulldozed. It was demolished, damaged after 30 years of its existence. And it was damaged on the ground that it was constructed without any permission. But in fact, because of some jihadi, that was actually demolished. Now the question is, jihadi, you deal with it, we are all with you. Whatever way, stern action you take, nobody will have anything, no objection about it. But after about 3-4 months of the demolition of that institution, now you have gone there and you are giving to the people saying that we don't need your vote. But you control your population, you do your education, a modern education, etc.
No, he has not said
that it is true. Modern education is required. At the same time, religious institution, religious instruction is also required, not at the cost of the modern education. That is what I mean to say. So what Dr. Sharma, in the guise of something else, hidden agenda is something else. Mr.
Okay, let me
Ajmal's
take a
hidden
reaction
agenda is
there
something
from
else.
Mr. Piyush Hazarika.
Whatever,
Mr.
he
Piyush
apologized,
Hazarika,
no doubt.
Mr.
But
Piyush Hazarika, let us listen to that particular bite of Dr. Hemanta Biswa Sarma. Let that specific bite.
বিলাকে ভোটৰ ধান্দাত মানুহক বাচ্চা জন্ম দিব কয় মই কৈছো আপোনালোকৰ মোক ভোট নালাগে কিন্তু আপোনালোকে বাচ্চাক ডাক্তৰ ইঞ্জিনিয়াৰ কৰক টিচাৰ কৰক ভাল উদ্যোগপতি কৰক যাতে আমাৰ মুছলমান সমাজৰ মানুহখিনিও এই আজমলৰ দৰে মানুহৰ পৰা মুক্ত হ'ব পাৰে আৰু শিক্ষা সংস্কৃতিৰ পোহৰেৰে নতুন যুগলৈ যাব পাৰে এই কথা মই আজি আপোনালোকক অনুৰোধ কৰিছো
Now, I'm coming to you, Champak Kolita. Mr. Piyush Hazarika, should anybody have any problem with that statement where our Chief Minister is saying that...
I don't think, no, I don't think. See, my Chief Minister is saying to educate Muslim people, to Muslim boys, Muslim girls. Where is the problem? What is the problem? What is the problem? But sometimes what we listen from some communal Muslim leaders, that after 20 years we are going to rule this Assam. After 50 years we are going to rule the country. This is their statement we listen. Very often this kind of statement we listen. This is their ambition. This political leaders' ambition. This is the ambition to control the country, to control the state. Doing population, increasing Muslim population, they want to control the politics. That is their reason agenda. That is their open agenda.
Okay.
We are against of that.
No.
We are against
if I can butt in.
What we want educated Muslim boys. We want educated Muslim girls. That's all.
Okay,
see, when a politician speaks something, maybe the Chief Minister or the leader of opposition, there may be some political overtones, but degree of that overtones, you have to analyze and examine. Here today we are discussing Ajmal because it is not in isolation. It's not an isolated standalone case because he has been doing this continually. We all know directive principles of Indian Constitution says about the promotion of scientific temper. And this person, in all the election in Assam, you will find he will be going and he will be openly soliciting, exhorting people to indulge in superstitious practices. He will be throwing all kinds of watery substances among the people, saying that it is going to act as a panacea. So Ajmal's various acts of omission and commission has to be seen in totality, not in isolation. I think that point also has to be taken into account.
Now, Champak Kalita wants to say, एक प्रश्न भी है, can you deny the fact that 8 colleges for Muslim women have been set up only recently? Only recently, 8 colleges for Muslim women in Muslim dominated areas have been set up. इसको आप क्या कहेंगे?
कहाँ? कर्नाटक में?
असम में?
मैं बता रहा हूँ.
असम में?
ये मैं बता
I am not interested in Karnataka.
हाँ, डेविएट हो जाएगा. पहले ये सब के जो अभी चीफ मिनिस्टर का आपने बयान दिखाया, स्टेटमेंट उसका भाषण दिखाया, मैं उनको वेलकम करता हूँ. जो बोला है कि मुसलमानों को डॉक्टर इंजीनियर बनाए, मैं वेलकम करते हुए बोलना चाहता हूँ. मेरे पास वीडियो है अभी. जब ये एजुकेशन मिनिस्टर था, शिक्षा मंत्री थे आसाम के सर्बानंद सोनोवाल के अंदर, तब ये आजमल फाउंडेशन का सुपर 46 जब नीट में डॉक्टर पास हो रहे थे तब इनका स्टेटमेंट था कि ये एडुकेशन जिहाद है, हमारा जॉब ले लेंगे ये। तो ये जो दोहरापन, मैंने जो कोयाम नसाद का जो शेर मैंने कहा ना कि अदब के नाम पे चर्बी बेचने वाले, असली घी बेचने वाले अभी जिंदा है। तो यही चीफ मिनिस्टर जब आजमल ने डॉक्टर बनाया, इंजीनियर बनाया, आईएएस बनाया, एसीएस बनाया, तभी इन्होंने एज ए एजुकेशन मिनिस्टर उनको सराहना चाहिए था, वेलकम करना चाहिए था, जैसे मैं आज वेलकम कर रहा हूं। लेकिन उन्होंने बोला ये जिहाद है, ये एजुकेशन जिहाद है, ये हमारा काम ले लेगा, हमारा पोस्ट ले लेगा। तो ये जो दोहरा मापदंड है, ये जो दोहरा मापदंड है। और अभी जो ये मीडिया, ये जो मीडिया बार बार कह रहा है हिंदू हिंदू हिंदू, आजमल साहब ने माफी मांगा, अपना शर्मिंदगी इजहार किया, लेकिन उन्होंने कभी हिंदू नहीं बोला। हम लोग का 140 करोड़ का जो आबादी का देश है, तो यहाँ में वो जिनको बोलना चाहते हैं वो कुछ हो सकते हैं 5-10 हजार, ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है। बाकी जो आप 8 कॉलेज,
चंपक कलिता जी, मैं शांति से आपको एक प्रश्न कर रहा हूं, बहुत ही शांत से बोल रहा हूं। तो ये वो जो कहा था आजमल साहब ने, किसको मीन किया था?
इसीलिए मैं कह रहा हूं, तो वो जो कहा था इसका मतलब ये अनैतिक काम, जो अनैतिक काम करते हैं और उनका सारा बर्डन दे देते हैं जनसंख्या बढ़ने का वो मुसलमान का ऊपर, उनको कह रहे थे। इसलिए मैं कह रहा हूं ये 3 मिनट 46 सेकंड का ये है वीडियो, मेरे पास अभी है। और ऐसे नहीं है कि नहीं है, जैसा चीफ मिनिस्टर का जो अभी का चीफ मिनिस्टर, पहले का एजुकेशन मिनिस्टर, उनका भी वीडियो मेरे पास है जब उनने बोला था ये एजुकेशन जिहाद है। इसीलिए दोहरा बयान नहीं होना चाहिए। और योगी आदित्यनाथ ने जो मुसलमान लेडी के बारे में बोला था, साक्षी महाराज ने बोला था 40 पैदा करो, इसीलिए ये माफी मांग लिया, मामला खत्म करो, मुर्दा घसीटों के बदबू आएगा।
So you are saying the same thing that since he has apologized, matter should come to an end. संपर्क कलिता जी का पास बहुत सारा वीडियो है, एक दिन उनका साथ बैठना पड़ेगा। I'll go for a short break. Don't go away. I'll be right back. Welcome back. Let me go straight to Mr. Hafiz Rashid Ahmed Chaudhary. Mr. Chaudhary, is education not important for Muslims? I'm coming with the same question to Mr. Taslim Rahmani also. Let us not go into the politics. Let us not go into politics. Let us not go into Hindu Muslims. I am asking you a straight cut question, Hafiz Rashid Ahmed Chaudhary Saab. Is education not important for Muslims today?
No, you see one thing, there is no controversy about this. Education part, there is no controversy at all. Education is very much required. Without education, all the evils and the ills of the society will come into play. So that's why that is very important. But question is, I think we are going out of track, because what is the subject? You see, our chief minister is also having some good thing. Ajmal Sahib is also doing some good thing. But today's discussion is something else. Today's discussion, we should not correlate with those things. So today's discussion is whether whatever he has stated, whether it has hurt the sentiment of the people of India, irrespective of caste, creed and religion. I'm not saying alone Muslims. Now the question is, we have to, today our discussion is confined to that part. Because education part, Ajmal Sahib also doing some good thing. Our chief minister also is doing good thing. We are not opposing, we are welcoming both of them. But the question is, in the name of this education, in the name of this type of development, we should not say anything which hurt the sentiment of the people. And now question is, once Ajmal Sahib apologized, it is all right. In Indian culture, normally we accept. But the question is the words which he has used, being a student of law, if I say that whether it is matter ends, as Mr. Champokalita says, or it should take its own course of action, law will take its own course of action. Because Section 153A is there, 295A is there, IPC section is there. And what the government is doing, I do not know, because you know there are some cognizable offense, non-cognizable offense. 153A promoting religious enmity between the two groups of the people, different groups of the people. And it happened. People are fighting, people are coming to the street. So government can take suo moto action also against him. Police can take cognizable offense, they can suo moto that against. So we should confine to that. And Mr. Ajmal has apologized is a good thing, because apology in Indian culture normally we accept. But the question is, as Dr. Taslim Rahman said, by apologizing, he has admitted that he has done something wrong. So if he realizes, I do not know if he realizes or not, but I have heard his whatever he stated that I apologize, no doubt. But if, in spite of that, if somebody comes to that street, that his popularity will be gaining. That is what he has stated also. So I think Mr. Ajmal, that apology, whether it is out of his heart or sincerely he has done it or not, that is the question. If he has done sincerely, I think people of Assam will certainly may pardon him, no problem. But question is whether he has done it sincerely, out of heart, or something other politically motivated statement.
Right.
That also
right.
To see that.
But who will determine, how will we know, how is anyone to know whether he has sincerely apologized or not? That is a debatable issue, but the fact remains that he has apologized.
It all depends. It all depends.
Yes.
It all depends what is his language, what is his outburst, what he said. So if really he says sincerely, we will listen to heart and out of certainly.
But Mr. Piju Hazarika, senior advocate Mr. Hafiz Rasid Saab has said that section 153A, 295A, it's a cognizable offense. Police can take suo moto action. Many people may ask you, why is your government not taking any action? Many people may ask you this question also.
We are watching seriously and closely. Definitely law will take its own course. I have already said. One thing, Sampak Kalita is saying that Badruddin Ajmal has already apologized and matter should be ended here only. But my question, with this apology, his mentality will be changed or not? His disrespect to Hindu people will be changed or not? That is my question to AIDF. That is my question to Badruddin Ajmal. This is a total case of disrespect to Hindu people. So any apology can change the disrespect.
Let him finish. I'll give you time.
So my question is to the AIDF people and particularly here Sampak Kalita.
बहुत अच्छा हुआ कि ये माननीय मंत्री जी बीजेपी का नेता ने ये जो क्वेश्चन मुझे पूछा, बहुत अच्छा हुआ है. जो मैं ये कहना चाहता हूँ हजरिका जी, या आपके थ्रू मैं सभी को ये कहना चाहता हूँ, ये जो सहाफत के नाम पे ये जो मीडिया लोग ये हिंदू बोल के जो आप सबका दिमाग को जो पोल्यूटेट किया है, इसके लिए ये सब हुआ है. और हिंदू के लिए या किसी और के लिए, सभी मानव के लिए उनका दिल में सम्मान है और वो दिल से अपना क्षमा उसने मांगा है, अपना इजहार किया है. उससे भी आगे जाके उन्होंने बोला कि मैं शर्मिंदगी हूं, मैं लज्जित हूं, इसलिए उन्होंने दिल से बोला है. और उन्होंने किसी हिंदू या कोई और धर्म के लिए उनका कोई ऐसा विद्वेष नहीं है. ये मैं आपको जिम्मेदारी से एश्योर करता हूं. हिंदू के लिए कोई चीज नहीं है और वो हिंदू को बोला भी नहीं था. ये सब चीज ये सब मीडिया वालों ने ये बना दिया हुआ हिंदू वाला, जो जिससे आपको भी मंत्री जी आपको आहत हुआ है, मुझे मालूम है. इसीलिए मैं आपसे भी क्षमा मांगता हूं इसके लिए कि आप पर्सनली आहत हुए हैं. उन्होंने भी क्षमा मांगा, मैंने भी क्षमा मांग रहा हूं कि आप आहत हुए कुछ भी कारण से.
But what about his mentality?
I'm giving a platform. Yes, Piju Hazarika. Yeah.
I am asking what about his mentality? Will it be changed or not? And one more thing, Badruddin Ajmal openly encourage Muslim people to give birth 10-15 child. Badruddin Ajmal always, time to time, he says Muslim people give more child. Muslim people give birth 10 to 15 birth. So will it be continue?
A
Or it will be
mentality.
stopped?
Yeah, Pijus, let's get a reaction.
Yes, I am asking about the mentality.
कि अजमल साहब का mentality change
Very
होगा
very
क्या?
often he
नहीं,
used to
देखिए मैं
say.
आपको बताऊं, एक आदमी जब कोई गलती करता है, उसने जब उससे ऊपर क्षमा मांगा है, जाहिर किया है कि मैं शर्मिंदा हूं और इसको मैं उज्जत कर रहा हूं, तो आपको तो उसको एक चांस देना पड़ेगा. अगर नेक्स्ट इसको कंटिन्यू
So,
करें तभी इसका
I want to
mentality
ask you
मालूम
one
होगा.
thing. I
आज
want
तो
to
आप मैं
request
नहीं
one
कह
thing.
सकता हूं. अगर उन्होंने ऐसा कुछ फिर किया तब मैं आप कह सकते हैं कि उनका मेंटेलिटी चेंज नहीं हुआ. वो तहे दिल से सब सॉरी फील किया और जो लफ्ज उसने बोला कि मैं लज्जित हूं.
Let us look at the apology. Let us listen to the apology.
But this is not the first time.
एक बार, Mr. Piju Hazarika and everybody, let us listen to what Ajmal had said by way of an apology. Let's listen to that bite, short bite.
मैं बार बार কৈ আছো বলে ভাই এটু মন নিচিনা এজন মানুহে ক'ব নালাগিছিল. যদি কোনো মানুহে ইণ্ডিভিজুৱেলি বেয়া পাই থাকে বা মনত আঘাত পাই থাকে বা কোনো জাতীয় আঘাত পাই থাকে, মই ক্ষমা বিচাৰি আছো আৰু মই এইটো মোৰ কথাটো মই ফিৰত লৈ আছো.
Well, Rahmani Saab, but Mr. Badruddin Ajmal has said that a man like me, he has spoken in Assamese, he said that a man like me should not have said such things. If anybody is feeling bad, if anybody is feeling upset about it, I sincerely apologize. In short, that is what he has said. Rahmani Saab.
Think whatever I have listened his words, I understand a little Assamese also. He has not minced the words. He is quite unequivocal and clear in his assertion when he apologized. We can take him on the words, and he must be apologized for them, number one. And number two, I want to say, if we keep on lingering such kind of controversy, to whom benefit it goes on? It will become a political issue, and it will be at the cost of the developmental programs for the people who are marginalized and underprivileged. Particularly, I know the socio-economic and educational condition of 35% of the minority community there, particularly in lower Assam areas. I'm thankful to the Chief Minister for eight colleges, but that is not sufficient. What the Badruddin Ajmal has also provided, and it is the Muslim community of Assam who has established their own institution, not with the help of the government, but by their own resources. Now government must have to come out with the package, economic and educational package for the community for last 4 years. What is the program of Dr. Sharma? We shall know. The whole country must know what Dr. Sharma did for the community to make the doctors and engineers. Action speaks louder than words, and let us see what actions Mr. Sharma will take apart from bulldozing the houses of the
Okay, let us listen. Moyur Bora, I'll come to you. I'll come to Mr. Moyur Bora, but a quick response, very short response from Mr. Piju Hazarika. Mr. Piju Hazarika, Taslim Ahmed Rahmani, the president of the Muslim Council of India, he's asked a simple question. He said that Assam has 35% minority population. What is the country is waiting to know? The country wants to know what is the plan of action of the Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma government for the 35% population.
See, first of all, we are doing work for all. We are not doing for any particular community. We are not doing development work for any particular area.
If you are doing for all that,
we are working for all.
No, let us listen to the
minister. Muslim community has to control their population.
What Dr. Sharma has said here in Qatar yesterday, it is blaming one particular community. Then you must.
Yeah, Pijus,
Ramani
Saab,
what I'm saying.
Ramani Saab, hold on, Ramani Saab, let's listen to what the minister has to say by way of his program.
For the development of Muslim community, Muslim people has to control this uncontrolled population policy. Because a family of 20 child can't get good education, can't get good health. That is the problem.
Right. Now, Mr.
So to be a developed community,
Mr. Moyur Bora.
to be a developed community, Muslim community
When we
has
ask
to
for
think
development,
about to
you say
control
that it is
this
political
uncontrolled
confusion.
population
And
policy.
when
That is my request to all.
Okay, okay.
abuse
So,
development,
Mr.
then
Moyur Bora,
you-
now you see a political class, a political leader, just like a film star, or an who is happens to be an icon of the so many people, and a celebrity is always considered as an icon. Similarly, a political leader has a lot of followers. Don't you think that before uttering something, a political leader has to think many times as to what kind of a repercussion a comment may have? Do you think that is lacking in the political class of today? Or do you think certain people make, I'm not talking about Mr. Badruddin Ajmal at all, I'm making a generic comment. Do you think certain people make comments deliberately?
No, I think we have seen politics for the last 20, 30 years, but in the last 10 years, I have seen many people of different parties, they will be telling different things, and especially before the election, just to polarize the people and get some more votes. But here we are discussing, see, Mr. Hazarika also knows, Dr. Sharma also knows, we have been criticizing Congress, we have been criticizing many policies of BJP also, but today we are here to discuss about the unacceptable and the obnoxious statement made by Mr. Ajmal about the women folk, about the nation, about the people of the country. So that's why let us remain focused on this. And Ramani Saab was telling some time back that he has done a lot of things for educating and empowering people. We also know, we welcome that. But just because you are doing lot many things for the people, that doesn't give you a carte blanche or license that at some point of time you will say obnoxious things and you will try to undo yourself whatever good you have done for the community. And that's what we are objecting to. And that's what whoever does it, from whichever party, this is my view. I think in a democratic society, everyone should agree we must try to protest when we see something unreasonable, unrealistic. And that's what we are doing today.
Right. Final comments. Final comments from you, Hafiz Rasid Saab. What is your final comment? Don't you think that there should be sensible talk by senior political leaders at least?
Now you see what I mean to say, because Simon again I say that if the apology is sincere, out of heart, we should accept it. But at the same time, he should realize that in future he should not repeat this type of thing. That is what I meant to say. Now the question is, as Mr. Moyur Bora stated, today our discussion is this, because we are not discussing other things, because what BJP is doing, we know, what is the communal agenda, we know, what Mr. Ajmal is doing also, we know, but today we are not on that. Today only we think that whatever Ajmal stated, the situation which has been created in Assam and all over India also, particularly in Assam, because different FIRs are filed, different protesters going on. So whether we should accept it or not, I have heard his language, and I think we should pardon him, and with a warning not to repeat the same thing in the future.
Absolutely, with a warning not to repeat in the future.
But we'll certify that earnestness and sincerity. That is the million-dollar question. We'll certify that.
Champak Kalira ji, your last comments. Very quick, very brief.
मेरा लास्ट कमेंट ये है, उन्होंने तहे दिल से माफ़ी मांग ली, और जो हम लोग का सोसाइटी का जो माजी है, जो प्रीवियसली हम देखा, उनको माफ़ कर देना चाहिए। और उनका बहुत बड़ा बैकग्राउंड है, बहुत अच्छा काम किया, स्लिप ऑफ टंग हो गया, उसके लिए उन्होंने माफ़ी भी मांग लिया, बड़प्पन दिखाया, और हम लोग को भी बड़प्पन दिखा के माफ़ी को एक्सेप्ट करके इसको यही ख़त्म करना चाहिए।
So AODF spokesman Champak Kalita is saying that was a slip of tongue by Badruddin Ajmal when he made those comments. He has apologized, and therefore he should be excused. He should be excused. The apology needs to be accepted. That is the final comments of Mr. Champak Kalita of the AIUDF. Mr. Pijus Hazarika, your last words.
Wasbida, who will give the guarantee that Badruddin Ajmal will never repeat this kind of thing again? Who will give the guarantee? Champak Kalita will give the guarantee that Badruddin Ajmal won't say this kind of thing again.
नहीं, उनका बैकग्राउंड भी देखिए,
हिंदू पीपल अगेन
लंबा दिन से सोसाइटी में है, तो हो गया, एक वाकया हो गया, उसके लिए उन्होंने अपना माफी मांगा।
But if you
ठीक है,
if you
this
see
is
his
the-
background,
actually
he
this
has
is their
stuttered
intention.
so many things earlier
To
also.
disrespect
If
Hindu
you see his
people.
background, he has done so
नहीं,
many things
मैं
earlier
मैं
also.
जिम्मेवारी ले
Hindi
मैं
people
लेता
there,
हूँ
this
नहीं,
is their
नहीं,
intention.
इससे हजारिका जी मैं जिम्मेवारी लेता हूँ
This is
कि
their part of agenda.
अजमल की ओर से AIUDF की ओर से ऐसा कभी नहीं होगा, ये जिम्मेवारी मैं लेता हूँ.
Champak Kalita has taken the responsibility.
But I
We will-
don't
No,
have
but
trust
only
on you.
we want only one
But I
condition.
don't have
Champak
trust on
Kalita
you.
should tomorrow condemn the
Hindu
incident
people
and then
and Assamese
say
people
that
don't
and he should condemn the
But-
statement made by
Trust on
Mr.
you.
Ajmal.
Can take it
And then
guarantee
say
from
that
tell
it's
you,
not going to repeat.
let me tell you.
Anurag
Let
Thakur
me
and
tell you.
so many his party leader who keep on fomenting the venom open in the society. Can you take a guarantee? Can you take? There are so many
Now, you see, there are AIUDF leaders. AIUDF leaders had said openly. AIUDF leaders have said openly that they were not happy and that Ajmal's comments were unacceptable. At least there are some AIUDF leaders who have openly told the media that they are not at all happy with what their leader had said.
Ajmal himself told.
Absolutely, but their leaders were not quiet. Their leaders were unhappy because they have realized that must have done a considerable damage. But at the end of the day, Ajmal, let's put it on record that Ajmal had also apologized. But this is become a volatile issue. This was absolutely unnecessary and unsolicited advice. So let us hope the political class, let us hope that our political class, irrespective of political parties, do not indulge in unnecessary rhetoric and work tirelessly for the development of Assam and its people. That is what we expect, and that is what we particularly expect from our elected representatives, because at the end of the day, the Aam Aadmi, they choose their leaders to work for them, to see that the state and the people progress. So we do not want these kind of unnecessary controversies, and from the media, we also do not want to waste time discussing these kind of unnecessary and avoidable issues. On that note, I thank all my panelists for taking time out to discuss this issue, and of course the viewers for watching the show. Good night and goodbye.